Server 2019. So from next slide onwards, I'll go step by step and will show you how to install SQL Server 2019. In this video, we are going to learn how to install the SQL Server. So we'll go here and look for the SQL Server. So SQL Server download and follow the link. So now we will have two. One is this SQL Server 2019 on Azure and SQL Server 2019 on premises. So in this demo and in the learning, we will go through the SQL Server 2019 on premises. Let's just click on the download, and this will take you to the another link here. So you can see you can download 2017, you can download 16 or 14. It's all 180 days free, so 6 months is good enough to use that. And just click the continue and exe, give you all the details here, and then once you click the continue, it will download the file. So already I have downloaded. What I'll do is now I'll go to the folder and this will do. So instead of going a basic, you have to do a custom. So click on the custom, and you can use the default location. This is what I'm going to use, but you can change as per the way you want. You can put on the D drive, E drive. So yeah. It's saying download successfully because already I have a SQL Server query editor, so that's why it's saying. But we are going to install the complete independent a SQL Server standalone on your PC. So just click here, and this will start the SQL Server installation process. Here you don't need to, if you want, you can just give you, will recommend you for any updates. Otherwise you can go to the next step and just evaluation. So you don't need to provide a key, and move to the next step, accept the license agreement. And what we want here is, so yeah, so here you, what are the services other than SQL Server you want? SQL Server 2009 actually support that R and Python. So if you, that's quite used for data science, so you can select if you want, otherwise you can leave it as it is. And yes, you need a database engine services running, SQL Server application, good to have. Just have this R and Python, and Java I don't want to use. Only based query services I think we don't need at the moment. And rest is all SQL Server, that's fine. We can move to the master data services. I'll give you some demo on this. It's a very nice feature to use in SQL. We'll move to the next step, and here once your selection complete, this asks you what SQL Server name will be. Basically the instance ID is a SQL Server name, so you can give XYZ or you can keep as a default. So I'll give you in this mine, so I'll give a MySQL. So just for sec, otherwise MS SQL Server is good enough to go. And press next. Here, so these are the services. As once the SQL is installed, then these services will run in the background, and these need an account. So since we are using a standalone, we can use our account. So like SQL Server is manually, you can do automatic or manual depend. So what does that mean of it? Automatic and manual is here. If it is a manual and if your system is restart, you have to go and start the services. And SQL Server agent actually it's used for set up all the SQL jobs that I will teach you later. We'll go in the files in advanced stage. SQL Server database engine, that's basically the main one. So where you just create the database tables, write the query. So you need this database engine. And now it's set default as automatic, means whenever your system will start, your laptop or desktop, the service will start working. Means you can straight away you start creating a table and database and everything. Same with the SQL Server Launchpad and browser. So if we want, this can set as a manual. We don't need at the moment. SQL is, yeah, we need only SQL Server. You can press the next. Now that authentications, that's very important part. Mostly we use Windows authentication mode. So means that your Windows Active Directory account will be used for authenticating, means logging into the SQL Server. Otherwise, you can also use the mixed mode, but this is the highly recommended one. Data dictionary, that's where the data files are stored. So if you can see the SQL Server and SQL data. So yeah, that's we will learn in the different, in advanced features, but for that time where it's all the files are stored. When you create a database, you create the index and the log files, the data files, mdf, ndm files, all goes on these folders. mdb, so yeah, the default SQL will use the minimum one and will keep as it is. So we'll not touch this any other option and we'll just move. Now we need to add the account. So we said Windows authentication will just Microsoft are open in the enhanced user or might move. So yes, you just accept this and move to the next step. Yeah, this is the Anaconda framework that's basically used to write all the Anaconda is like a platform where we write or we do all that data science related work. So it just accept, so means it will support the feature. Go to the next and just run the install and wait for some minutes. And once it's installed, this is what is you will look like, the screen will look like, and that's done. Now you can close and everything is done. Server, now we are going to see where it is and how to connect with the SQL Server. So server 2017 management studio, so I will use that to connect SQL Server 2000. But if you are doing a fresh installations, you need to probably you will see that SQL Server management studio, and that's basically used to connect and SQL Server. So here you go, SQL Server management studio. In your case it will be SQL Server 2019, so don't get confused. And you just look for SQL Server and browse for more. I'll go for local server and look for database engine. Here you see, so that's my computer name, and on that it's my SQL Server, and you just click OK. You have used Windows authentication, so just click connect, and now here you go. So you got the SQL Server installed, and just browse the database. Since we don't have any database, so you don't see any database here, that will learn how to create a database and database object. And once you have a database, you can go and click the new query, and here you start writing a script. So yeah, this is whole. Now the SQL Server has been installed, and now we'll learn step by step to learn how to create a database, create database object, and learn the programming in TSQL. So thanks for watching my video, and if you like, you can subscribe. Thanks very much.